enemy started a slow but certain retreat.
We were very well respected, not only by our own troops, but by the enemy. And when they knew that the Canadians were opposite them on the line, they knew they had a battle on their hands.
Progress continued, but slowly. Fierce and bloody battles, relentless bombing, and never-ending resistance. By mid-1944, the main Nazi defense line still hadn't been breached. In May, the Allies launched a major offensive with the Strathconas in the thick of it. Their objective, crossing the Melfa River. May 24, 1944, it became the regiment's defining moment of World War II. Melfa pitted tank against tank, soldiers against soldiers, squad against squad. Dozens died and many tanks were destroyed, or brewed up, as the tank crews called it.
Each troop of 4 tanks was dependent on each other. And therefore, when you saw one brewed up, you just connected with the others and you kept going.
Lieutenant E.J. Perkins from the reconnaissance squad led his troops across the Melfa and established a tiny bridgehead. Outmanned and outgunned, Perkins was determined to stay put until reinforcements arrived. The small troop never gave an inch. And with ammunition all but gone and the 13 soldiers near exhaustion, backup finally came in to secure the position. The next day, the Strathconas retreated from the battlefront to relative safety, or so they thought. The remaining tanks had gathered in a small area to see who had survived the battle. Reinforcements and new tanks arrived. But at the same time, enemy artillery zeroed in on their position. All hell broke loose. The Strathconas took a pounding.
Most of my crew was killed, and I was found in the field wandering around. I wasn't wounded, but just from the shock. We lost an awful lot of men. That 24-hour period, our medical officer, Captain Vaisrub, worked on over 100 casualties for the one day.
Canadian units of the 8th Army exploited advantages gained in their dogged struggle to drive the Nazis out of northern Italy.
The Strathconas regrouped immediately and kept up the fight, helping to open the road to Rome and the liberation of Italy. From there, they went to northern Europe and the liberation of Holland.
We were completely covered with people, cheering and yelling. The Dutch people were tremendous. The soldier, even though many people don't think so, want peace. They don't want to fight. And if you had anything to do with the people that were liberated in any of the countries that we were involved in, then you could say, we've done our job, and it had to be.
The Strathconas captured thousands of Nazi prisoners. Thousands more surrendered. For Trooper Reimer, a Jewish soldier just learning about the Holocaust, emotions ran very high.
The hatred I felt very strongly at that particular moment, because these are the people that killed our people.
After nearly 6 years of bitter conflict, a Nazi Germany, beaten to her knees at her own game of war, gives up the struggle.
The Lord Strathcona's Horse Royal Canadians played a vital role in the victory of World War II. The soldiers returned home as heroes.
And what a welcome.
It wasn't too many years before they were called to service in another foreign war, this time for the United Nations in 1951 and 52 in Korea. From there to Germany as part of Canada's commitment to NATO. And then another call from the UN. And for almost 40 years, the regiment has helped build Canada's reputation as the world's finest peacekeepers. That story, a modern-day hero, and a sentimental goodbye when Steel Cavalry returns.
What's for dinner? Start. Hamburger Helper 3 cheese manicotti.
I'm gonna make a real good, feel good meal.
Hamburger Helper 3 cheese manicotti with real cheddar.
Make a real good, feel good meal.
more you look at it, the more you want to taste it. The more you taste it, the less there is to look at. What do you know? Looks like taste wins again.
Chrysler's Marathon sales event continues, and we're moving out all 96 models. Take advantage of low financing and leasing rates, and great consumer cash rebates up to $3,000, including consumer cash on Dodge Stratus and Plymouth Freeze. Great lease rates on Jeep Grand Cherokee, low financing on Neon and others, plus special deals on Canada's #1 minivan, and many more of Chrysler's lineup, including Dodge Ram and Dakota. But hurry, Chrysler's Marathon sales event ends soon. See your Alberta Chrysler dealers now.
If this doesn't give you ideas, one of these will. Classic recipe. The unexpected side.
Hey, Rita, isn't it about time to change that Glade plug-in's refill?
Refill your Glade plug-ins every 45 days to keep your home Glade fresh.
Plug it in, plug it in.
Bosnia-Herzegovina, 1994. The Lord Strathcona's horse is on United Nations peacekeeping duty, patrolling the no-man's land between Bosnian Serb and Muslim positions near Vosoko. Soldiers of the regiment once again proved their mettle. By the end of August, Patrol 73, 8 men and 2 armored personnel carriers under the command of 31-year-old Sergeant Tom Hoppy had already seen its share of action. Just 6 weeks earlier, in a life-and-death struggle at an observation post, the patrol was forced to fight its way out of a major Serb-Muslim firefight.
Enough was enough, you know. They were trying to kill us. It's time to defend yourself and get off that hill.
On August 31st, Sergeant Hoppy's patrol manned a new observation post across from a cemetery on a road known as Sniper Alley. The soldiers protected UN convoys moving through the area. Near the end of his shift, Hoppy noticed 3 young Muslim boys pinned down by sniper fire in the cemetery. He ordered an armored personnel carrier into action and used it as a shield as he ran to the boys' aid. With rounds landing mere inches from his feet, Hoppy quickly ushered the boys into the safety of the APC. The soldiers were decorated for their bravery. The Governor General awarded Sergeant Hoppy the Meritorious Service Cross and the Medal of Bravery.
I mean, you're not doing it for glory. You're not doing it to get a medal or whatever. You do it because it's your job. You're there to protect people. You know, in that incident, the other incident was there to protect ourselves. You know, that's all it is. You just do your job.
Perseverance, the motto of the Strathconas, a regimental tradition. A tradition upheld by the Cade family. 3 generations, all Strathconas. Corporal Fred Cade served as a cavalry soldier during World War I.
He was at the Battle of Festerfoot, the Battle of Somme, Vimy Ridge. He was wounded in all 3 of those battles.
Jack Cade, Fred's son, served with the Strathconas in World War II.
And now my son Jamie has joined the regiment. So we're the only family in the regiment that is of 3 generations served with the regiment.
Major Jamie Cade, reconnaissance squadron commander, and like all Recce soldiers, the first into any new territory. That's why his troops ran a goodwill scroll from the people of Calgary to the people of Edmonton, telling them to take care of a regiment whose ties with Calgary date back almost 100 years.
It's great. We never dreamed that we'd get the sort of reaction or reception that we've got. We thought it would be a neat thing, but absolutely amazing, the response up here. The guys are on a real high right now.
We're certainly not going to break our ties with Calgary, but I sort of challenged the citizens of Edmonton, who have been tremendous to date, to continue the reception that they've offered us.
The same day, Calgarians and the Strathconas honor each other with the final Freedom of the City parade.
Sir, I have brought with me over 100 soldiers today mounted both on steeds and in steel chariots. And each and every one of my soldiers is a loyal and dedicated soldier and a trustworthy Calgarian.
The Strathconas will always carry a Western heart, a dedication to tradition and a respect for those who came before will make sure of that. And now that the regiment has a new home in Edmonton, like the Strathconas themselves, the Alberta spirit will persevere.
The greatest honor Calgary can bestow upon a military unit is to grant it the freedom of the city.
CFRN's exciting new series, Savannah, is on tonight at 9. Murphy Brown follows at 10, and Marianne attempts to make Ira jealous by dating Cousin Lyle on Sybil tonight at 10:30. Stay tuned. Home Improvement is coming up next.